Alright, here we are with Mouse Guard, a Canadian tale. Season 1, Episode 3, or it might be just Episode 3?
Just Episode 3.
I can't remember if we're doing a Season 1 thing. I actually can't remember.
I don't remember.
I'll have to check the old files. The listeners know to expect this level of attention to detail from us, so we're fine. Oh yeah, it's August 2018, and...
I'm Tyler. I'm running
Did
this.
I'm Kevin, I'm playing Renard.
Peter, Finn Smallpaws.
And Devin playing Gearheart. And listeners, Nicole is still sick. We had the flu in between this and the last session, and Nicole's still recovering from it, so womp womp. Yeah, that's me. I'll turn it over to Tyler.
Okay, so first thing that we do is start with the recap of last session. Who would like to do that?
And I think it's me this time. So we return to Ivydale with the surviving mouse, and we're immediately greeted with a bunch of the mice there attempting to steal the other carts of grain we had with us. So we shamed them into submission, making an enemy along the way and otherwise displeasing a few mice, but saving the grain that's meant for the other towns up ahead. We went on and managed to recover from illness and injury at a small hut along the way before continuing on our journey. We got lost for a short time and had to fend off a squirrel, and finally arrived in our next destination where a beaver is threatening to possibly destroy the village if a tree falls the wrong way. I think that's it.
Okay, yeah, great job. So for doing the recap, you recover the hungry or thirsty condition.
Cool. So I don't have conditions again.
Yeah, I think we all fixed our conditions after the last session. Pretty much.
Yeah, you guys got to Elmoss, and I think you immediately went in to have a good, fitful, restful sleep.
Yep. We needed that.
Good Lord, yes.
So we'll join you at the conclusion of that. You guys stayed at, was it an inn in Elmoss?
Let's.
Didn't we stay with a bunch of old people?
No?
I think there was.
No, it was an
That was
inn.
before.
There was like in the middle. We had a small respite with some healer on the road outside of town because we couldn't, stay in the town, the previous one, because they were stealing. Okay.
Okay, so when you guys are on the road, how do you sleep? Do you sleep for as long as it takes to rest up? Are you guys early risers, late risers?
I mean, I don't think we're on the road right now.
Yeah, we made it into town.
Yeah, I more meant on a mission, I guess.
Oh, on a mission? I don't know.
Probably depends on what the mission demands it. Currently we're having to send a relief mission, so I don't think we can dilly-dally around sleeping too long.
For this specific mission, we should probably sleep and rest as much as possible, so not only we get rested, so the travelers that we're with get rested, so we don't get murdered by some mistake and totally ruin the entire mission.
So it feels like we kind of do a forced march between towns and then rest a fair bit in the towns where there's no chance of being robbed or losing anything.
Okay. So then who's the first one up?
Oh god, I've been sick the whole time, so not me.
So maybe, I guess, after resting up and also having so much free time.
Okay, so you wake up in the inn, head outside, go to get some breakfast, and you notice standing outside there, waiting for you, is one of the Lockhaven guard captains. His name is Guard Captain Nolan.
Captain Nolan. Okay.
Says, "Oh, good to see you. I'm glad I was able to catch you guys before you head out too far towards the scent border."
Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Well, I have some embellishments for your orders I thought I would inform you of before you headed out. Do you mind gathering up the rest of your troop, and I'll talk it over with your patrol leader?
Yeah, I'll get them. So Finn just hops up, the stairs to get them. Wakes up, Kevin's character Reynard, and wakes up Gearhart, and Vin's probably somewhere there. Hey, someone wants to talk to us. Something official.
I'm sure that's very important. Okay, give me a second here. He just kind of staggers out of bed and kind of slaps his cheeks a few times before managing to head downstairs.
Okay. So you head downstairs into the inn, and you notice that the inn is cleared out. Like, there's no people there. There's not anyone tending the bar currently.
Mm-hmm.
There's just Nolan sitting at a table, waiting for you.
Okay.
Well met.
Well met. I am Renard. I am leader of this this particular venture.
Yes. And may I ask how this venture has been going so far?
I can't hear.
Expedition.
It's it's had its ups and downs, but so far it has been fairly smooth. Everything's going as planned.
Well, I regret we had to send you out the door with a dearth of information about what your mission would be. We only really gave you the bare bones because it was essential to get the grain out as quickly as possible, and we were still in the midst of debating the course of action we wanted to take. But the reason that this is so vital is that we're attempting to retake the territory that was taken by the Dark Heather, the settlements that have fallen. The plan is to lay the normal scent border and then lay a second scent border further out past the fallen settlements, and then go in and rid them of weasels and take them back for the mouse territories. It's a bit of a gambit, which is why we were debating on it so long. But if we're going to do it, this route is vital, and the support of the people here is vital.
Very gallant, of course.
So who's it taken over by?
In the Weasel War,
I know the Weasel War.
in the Weasel War, a number of settlements were lost. The scent border was moved back a bit, and that territory was ceded to the Weasels. They're attempting to take it back, or they would like to take it back.
So we would like to take it back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And how does that affect our mission? This grain really does need to get to these villages. What's the
Yes.
change in
Well,
plan?
the missive that you have with you is a request from Spruce Tuck to brew the second batch to go up further. What we'd like you to do while you're there, and the change to your mission, is we'd like you to scout some of that Dark Heather territory to determine the level of weasel involvement and see whether or not this is something that we can follow through with.
So that's along our way then?
I think we go to Spruce Town, tell them, hey, we'll need more scent, and then we go out.
Is Spruce Tuck our final destination, or is
Yes.
it? Okay,
we're going to the
so
Alchemist last.
Yeah. Our goal is to go to Spruce Town, deliver the food, and do whatever's required there. So
if that's our last destination, then it means we're not having to divert from.
No. That's our mission all along, I guess. Or what was planned.
And it's also why it's so imperative that Ivydale, Spruce Tuck, and Elmoss are all on board with the Guard, because it will be our main supply route, and we'll need the food and the scientific know-how from these locations in order to enact this plan.
Of course.
I don't know, have you been to Ivydale recently? They're kind of hungry still. They want to take all this for themselves. So,
Yes, well, in times of famine, people can be very short. I'll see if we have any more reserves we can send that way.
yeah.
Well, I mean, thank you for this update. I don't think that should be too much of a problem at all. Of course.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. If that's all, then I'll be on my way. I have business back in Lockhaven, and I think the people of Elmoss here need you.
Yes, the beavers.
Right, Lockhaven's the base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lockhaven's the base.
Right.
Of course, we shall finish what we need to do here and hurry along our way.
When are you going back to Lockhaven?
Immediately.
How fast is that?
A few days overland.
No, like that you're leaving.
As soon as we finish this conversation.
Can you wait a few minutes?
Of course.
Okay, I leave.
Okay.
I'll come back in a few minutes with a letter for my son Rupert Jr., who's
Okay.
the scientist in Lockhaven, and my ally. I have mail for him.
Okay, he takes it.
Thank you.
I'll make sure this gets there with all haste. Now, if there's nothing else,
I don't believe so, no.
okay, he leaves, and as he leaves, the innkeeper comes back in, tends to the bar. So, can I interest anyone in some oatmeal?
Sure.
Yes, certainly.
That seems
Lovely.
Okay.
Nom.
Yeah, I think we'll just prepare for the day and whatnot and get ready for dealing with the issues outside of town.
Yeah, let's figure out what's up with those beavers.
There's scent walls nearby, right? That's kind of the whole point.
I think the sun was like around.
Yeah,
Border.
there's a scent border that they pour.
Yeah,
That
the
goes
scent
like there and there.
It's not around here because we're not close to the border.
And they do it every year
Hmm.
in the spring. So before it's done, or kind of like end of winter, critters can sometimes slip by. It's also not perfect.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of scents intended to kind of deter predators or make animals think that other animals are nearby.
Mm-hmm.
But
They don't use it close to their towns, though, I guess. So.
no, not really.
Oh, be clever. No.
How are beavers usually driven off?
I don't think there's really a usual way because it's not a usual problem.
Really?
Um, by force, by science. Sometimes I'm sure if the settlement is small enough, they just up and relocate.
Which isn't an option here, definitely. So.
Well, maybe we should go to the quest giver, whoever that might be, and discuss this. Right? Who do we go and see about this?
Probably the person we spoke to last time. Yeah, village elder or whatnot.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you can talk to the head of Elmoss.
Or they probably have a guard captain or something who would be more.
Elmoss is run by a family, and they employ people to be this kind of militia / crime police force.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fairly informal.
Yeah, I suppose we'll speak to the heads of town.
Yep.
Okay. You head up the tree. Elmoss is a settlement done entirely inside a giant oak tree. So there are tiers and layers of most dwellings, and the nicer dwellings are all at the top. Deep sigh. So you wind your way up to the top and knock on the door of the mayor, who's a mouse by the name of Abram. Oh, Mosgard, at last. I'm glad to see you. You can help us with our various troubles.
Yes, hello. It does seem you have a long-tooth tree-eating problem of sorts.
Yes, that and the murders.
The what?
Well, there's been a recent batch of murders in town. I was hoping the guard would put themselves to solving that as well. We have it should be easy for you. We know who did it. We just don't have any evidence.
Then how do you know who did it?
Well, it's a pretty straightforward case. It's a notorious criminal by the name of Lorelei. She's been making a series of threats to several different mice, and then those mice disappear. You don't have to be from Spruce Tuck to put it together.
So, what's his name?
Lorelei.
They disappear. Have you found a body or evidence of death?
No, but she wouldn't be that sloppy.
Sloppy enough to make threats.
Like, indeed, were these public threats?
Who are her enemies?
People who owed her money went delinquent on it.
They're the ones who went missing?
Those are the ones who went missing.
Who are her enemies?
Any law-abiding citizen or agent of the peace.
Those who owed her money could have simply left town, run off.
Unlikely with the weather we've been having lately.
I mean, you can always check their dwellings, whether their things are there, I suppose.
We've investigated their dwellings. It's as if they disappeared. Perfectly in line with being offed.
Well, I almost want to get like somebody was like, so you have experience with this, I see. It's a common thing.
You don't want to cut to Gearhart. Doom music is just playing in the background. Like a low, rumbling Doom soundtrack. Just waiting, just waiting.
Hey, Tom, roll initiative.
Well, if she's been making threats, isn't that reason enough to arrest her?
Well, we have her arrested, but pending trial.
So you want us to simply find evidence of an actual death, so that
Something more concrete.
There are elements amongst the lower tree who are taking umbrage at her imprisonment. Some sort of solid evidence that we can put forward, or even the vouching of the guard, would go a long way towards quelling the rabble.
I worry that us simply vouching for this would lead to not only a dislike for the leadership of this town, but also for the Mouse Guard. We will look for evidence. Perhaps once we have dealt with the more impending threat of
The beavers.
the beavers, yes.
It's easier when it's a war.
Yeah.
The captain just grabs one of the drums from the drummers, flips it over, and you just have a trial and say who did it.
Yes, see? She gets it.
I mean, fair enough, but we certainly aren't in the middle of a war this time. As you said, it's certainly easier. Anyway, we shall perhaps scout out this beaver issue.
Yes, that's...
Yes, if you need any assistance with that, the resources of Elmoss are at your disposal.
So, what's the problem here? Are they trying to nibble the town, or are they building it down to flood it?
They're blocking a river.
So they're flooding it, okay.
Yeah, potentially flooding it.
Okay. Okay, I think we know enough to get started.
Well, if they're blocking off the river, they're building a darn.
Yes.
And that's where they nest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's winter. No, it's spring, right?
Yep.
I think Spring, we've had 3
Early
season
spring.
changes, so spring just finished, and now we're starting summer.
Huh.
Then they probably have young in the darn.
Yes, most likely.
How many animals come back to a lair when the young have been killed?
Hmm. I mean, you already put so much effort into building this thing. Why would you leave?
You're thinking like a mouse.
Yeah.
Animals don't think like that. They don't go where the water's bad or the food's bad.
Indeed, destroying the darn is out of the question simply because of its size.
But what if you made it smell really bad and they couldn't get rid of that?
They live in water. No smell underwater.
Well, if we get into the darn,
We don't know. With the water, it wouldn't bother them.
what about if the inside was smelled up? Then they wouldn't want to stay in. They want to leave because their home would be, really bad smelling. Therefore,
The thing with beavers is that they can build their homes anywhere, however. There would be nothing stopping them from simply building another one a few feet down the river. I believe with the right idea to make it seem as if this is an unpalatable area, if their young can't survive here, or if there's a constant threat, if we can make it seem like there's one. Set the dam on fire.
No,
that's a water.
they're damp.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do your goals now?
Yeah, let's take a pause. Okay.
So we came to the decision that we are going to track down a bear, gather up some of its musk/piss, and use that to drive off the beavers.
Yep.
First decision we came to.
Yeah.
First idea.
There's so much arsenic in the water.
Why did they do
Why
this?
is my baby not crying anymore, Mouse Guard?
Okay, so
Why do you smell so much, Mouse God? Get out of our city.
how are you guys planning to gather up this musk and piss?
Where are the berry bushes around here? And kind of the biggest...
Well, we can get a jug and fill it with like cloth.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's that hard to spot where the bears live, because they're usually like, on trees you got the claw marks or whatever, so it would be noticeable even from afar for a mouse to like see, okay, this is bear territory. We just need to go somewhere where there might be enough
It would
marks.
be lore mouse to know where in the territories is bear territory.
I guess we always ask someone around here, hey, where are bears around here? We need one for no specific reason.
Yeah, you could test circles to try and find someone who has the
Circles.
appropriate.
Right now, do your circles.
Either circles to get someone else to do it for you, or lore mouse to do it yourself.
I have higher circles, but Reynard seemed like the sort who would try to figure this out himself, because then it makes him look good. So...
I got circles once, so that means if I test it and succeed, that means that I level up my circles, or how does that work?
No, I don't think that circles and resources work that way.
Because those have the pass-fail on them, don't they?
They do, so you need to keep track of it. But I think it might be something that happens in winter. I will check into it.
Yeah, I know that when you level up or when your thing goes up, you do that. Success.
A single success.
Okay, a single success. So you have an idea of an area around here where there might be a bear.
I know exactly where a bear is in this territory.
Alright.
I'll lead the way.
Also, what comes to mind about the bear thing is that it's not like it'd be hard to find out where a bear is. It's not like they get up and fucking move. If there's a bear in the area, it's going to be in the area for like 30, 40 years. An eternity in mouse time.
I'm a non-mobile boss. I'm gonna be here forever.
Yeah. So you know of a couple areas near here that are kind of like blacked out. Don't go there.
We're gonna go exactly there.
Perfect. Well,
The non-gentrified areas.
let's go, I
Okay.
guess.
All right.
So you guys decide to head out. The weather is currently nice. Sun is shining.
We need
Containers.
a container that's super airtight so that the scent won't get out while we're moving through territory. So let's get some wax to go with this. There's bees here, right? They collect it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get wax and seal the jar with wax once we're moving it off.
Yeah, I guess bear must attract bears.
Most likely, it's when do bears mate?
Probably spring, like everyone else.
Who knows? But it's better to be safe than sorry.
Because like just in my head, if like we bring them up, because it's like, oh no, the bear musk will attract predators. Well, no, it won't attract predators. He'll just attract like other bears, and it's like just a fucking straight line to Elmoss.
Yeah.
Fucking bears ripping through.
Or we're like, hey, this is
We're
my territory.
sorry.
They'll probably need to bring multiple jugs though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Multiple jugs and a bunch of wax so that we can seal them.
Yeah.
I think is
Okay.
the best way to
I'll
go.
probably just have to clean it up from ourselves afterwards. Something.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe let's do a scout check to try and find your way down there because
Scout 3.
yeah, it's not Pathfinder because you don't know the way.
Okay. I got 3. Anyone else?
I shall aid you with survivalist or hunter, actually, since we're hunting things. You know, the most dangerous game.
Yes. What are you using?
Scouted.
What are you using?
Hunter.
Can Pathfinder be used to help? Finding the safest route
I'll tell
through
you
the
right away,
blackout
I
zone?
need 2 more fails on my scout, so...
Fighter just cuffing his ear.
Yeah, I would go with Pathfinder. You're helping him find his path while you guys search around. So it is an OB3 test.
I'll be 3. Huh. So I'll take a check on my shorts, saying like, oh, it's hard to navigate for me because hey, I'm so small.
Difficult to see over the grass.
Really
Yeah.
gonna cuff your ears.
So I'll remove 1, right? Ugh. 1 success. So that's, I guess, a fail.
Okay. So I will let you succeed with a twist.
Go ahead.
And we will do a weather twist.
Ooh.
So you guys head off into the territories. And like this covers like a lengthy journey.
Mhm.
Like this isn't like a little 15-minute hike or anything.
Yeah, we've entered the wilderness.
So you guys head off deep into the forest. You wind your way around. Oftentimes it seems like you're going in circles or looping back, but he is quite confident that he's picking up a bear musk. And then eventually you guys come to a series of berry bushes that look like it would be perfect food for a bear. You point out some bear tracks, whatever nearby.
We're standing in one right now. It's so big. It's just all 3 of us.
But there are a number of blue jays around that are eating the berries as well. And as you arrive, it starts to drizzle into a light rain.
No, our musk.
Not- yeah.
I mean-
Just a warm summer rain.
I mean, the musk is not just liquid inside, it's meant to survive such weather, right? It's more oily.
I knew it. My bear knowledge was impeccable.
Just like clap you on the back.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Yeah, good boy.
perhaps we should seek shelter for the time being.
I suppose.
The rain will dampen the scent and make it very difficult to track down a bear. So if we kept the underbrush, perhaps we could find, more physical signs.
You could probably check around the trees around here. They usually tend to leave their scents around such things like everyone else, right?
A nice idea, yes.
So that's.
So as you guys debate that, there's a sort of a deep thump, thump, thump coming from behind you. And the ground vibrates, and all the blue jays scatter.
Can I be looking at like a puddle of water on the ground?
Sure, seeing it kind of go in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we found something. And Finn just goes and starts hiding somewhere.
Impeccable location.
I'll slowly start to turn around and put my hand on your shoulder and start to turn you around. Be careful. No sudden movements. That's not even a Jurassic Park reference. It's just you don't make big sudden movements around big things. I'll turn us around to where that sound's coming from.
Okay, the leaves in the trees are shaking.
Yeah, I think I will slowly head towards the brush. Like, not where the leaves are shaking, just off the beaten path.
Okay. Are you guys attempting to hide?
I am.
Yes, carefully.
Probably for the best.
Okay, you move into the underbrush, and shortly thereafter you see a bear emerge from the trees and move over towards the berries and begin to gorge itself.
Okay. Well, I think we found the bear. Now it's just a matter of finding when it will leave some musk and gathering that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or following it back.
We will
Yeah.
observing the bear.
It's so big.
I don't think we're gonna make any immediate moves when it's right there. Waiting for, mice to come and collect its precious fluids.
Milk that bear.
Okay, so you guys just wait.
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's got the best nature?
Highest nature?
Yeah.
I would 6.
Can you roll your nature for me?
I'm sure I can. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. So you notice that in your haste to hide from the bear, you guys have all tucked yourself into a nice little hole underneath a tree root. And it is a great hole. Like, a perfect hole. The kind of hole where something is going to live there.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, let's check whether there's anything else here. So we don't run into something, by accident. Turn around and
Kind of give you a bit of a kick because you're a scout.
fine, I'll go and scout. Like the mousy mouse I am.
Okay, so you turn and you go down, and the hole opens up to a burrow, and you come face to face with the glassy eyes of a snake.
There it is.
Oh boy.
That, seeing you, starts to uncurl and move forward towards you.
Guys, snake.
Oh, time to leave.
Yeah, how fast do you get out?
Really fast.
All right. As soon as you're in sight, I will also start to leave, but not before I see you.
Snake.
Okay, so you guys book it out of there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, you run out into the rain, and do what?
I think
The bear's just continuing to eat.
It's probably best to relocate to another hiding spot that isn't, a snake hole.
Yeah.
I mean, snakes have some self-preservation. I don't think they're gonna I think they'd probably see the bear and be like, "Oh, I'm probably pretty meaty to that." What's that?
Bears eat snakes.
Yes, they do. So, I say relocate. Can you pause for a second? I just gotta...
Sure. And we're back.
Okay. So you guys take cover
Somewhere else.
somewhere else under a nearby root and try and stop yourself from getting rained on too badly. Eventually the bear finishes his meal and starts to lumber off.
Well, I guess we want to follow.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll just track the bear from afar. It's probably not gonna notice us because we're fucking tiny and. Yeah.
So what are you guys going to use to track the bear? Like what skill do you want to?
Hunter.
Hunter would work.
Let's scout Pathfinder Survivalist. Either of us.
This is really outside my character's field of expertise.
Fight. Yeah, I got 103, so that's what I'm gonna use.
Okay, I guess gonna aid you with Pathfinder or Scout. Either. Okay.
Okay. It's pretty easy to follow. The real trick is staying hidden. So just OB2.
That's 3, so yeah.
Success.
Okay, so you guys creep through the underbrush, following the bear until eventually it stops to relieve itself against a tree.
There we go. Jackpot. This is it. Okay.
So,
We'll just wait for it to leave.
yeah, start unloading the jars. I bet it'll puddle somewhere. Get it where it's warm.
Yeah, once it's gone, we'll just start stuffing those jars.
So you guys run over and start sopping up bear piss as best you can.
Yeah, just
Pretty
the
much.
soil it's
Yep.
soaking into and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so pungent.
You're doing a good job. Yeah, just keep. Renard's like a foot away. Just good job.
Okay, so you get all your jars full, and stop it off, and then you're just heading back to the beavers.
It's probably best if we skim around town
Yeah.
so we don't lead it directly through just in case. So yeah.
So we go around town and take the beavers.
Okay, so can I get a scout or a pathfinder for that? At 2.
I guess I can scout. And I'm helping. No.
You said you wanted failures, and my character's a bit out of her depth.
Yeah, I could use one more fail to level up.
Renard's mostly just complaining about the smell, so he's gonna
That's alright.
stick
Yeah,
back.
she's just on edge and doesn't
No
know how to
successes.
deal with this.
Oh, didn't get your fail.
Oh no.
Okay, you guys skirt around the village, and eventually find your way upriver towards where the beavers are erecting their dam. It's loud. You can hear them chewing and cracking wood and swimming it down and starting to shift it into their dam.
So, how do you want to do it? Do you want to go on top of where the lodging is and dig in from the top?
What's the best way to go about this?
How do they get air?
They breathe.
I mean, I don't think it's airtight completely.
Through the dam, though. Like, do they have air tunnels or whatnot, like in Shilburu, or?
The air's all around us.
But it's under the water, and the air gets bad, musty after a while if there's no air coming in from elsewhere.
Like a cave.
Yeah, like a cave. So they must have some kind of hole somewhere, right?
It can't be all tight then.
Yeah. If we poured into there, it would. The only source of air they breathe would be tainted. So not only would it smell like a predator, but it'd be all they could breathe. Perhaps we should scout out the dam before we risk bringing the jars in. If those break, we are... Well, if they break in the wrong areas, we're out of luck.
So, do we swim to it, or do we get from top to it?
I think it's kind of attached to the land, isn't it? On either side of the creek, or...
Yeah.
So yeah, we can just... I don't think we have to swim to it. We can just climb onto the side.
Okay.
Yeah, the river's a bit fast for swimming anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since they haven't dammed it off yet.
Yeah, we could probably crawl on the dam itself. But
Is there a good way that we can disguise ourselves? We don't want to be caught.
I mean, you can be on the far side of the dam because they're working in the water. There's a dam and there's a slope on the other side that's less water. So we can just go that way.
I assume the beavers would act quite hostile if they found us on the dam.
They try and chase you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, with just mouse, what could we possibly do to the dam, right?
Yeah, I guess they are kind of stupid animals. They wouldn't be able to put together what exactly we're doing.
No, they wouldn't assume that you're like up to sabotage, and they wouldn't see you necessarily as a threat. But you'd be something on their dam, and they'd want to get rid of you. But I mean, you could like walk right up on the shore, and they're not going to care.
Why don't we just give it an early kind of glance around, walk around the side, along the shore, and see if we can see anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you walk along the shore, and you manage to see that there is, like, it looks like there are some sections of twigs that might be open to allow air passage through or ventilation into the little nest below.
We kind of want to find the main one, or the one that would lead to the chamber where they keep their young.
I mean, with their air hole, then I think I could squeeze in and have a look inside, and I'm really small.
Oh yes, yes.
You have to go in alone, though.
Well, like how many viewers can there be? Like looking out, like how many are working?
One is too many.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes. Gerhard and I, we would not be able to fit in through any of the cracks, but you, yes, you could certainly. And you're smaller, so they're less likely to notice you or see you as any kind of threat.
Yeah.
Capital idea.
Well, then I guess I'll start squeezing myself in through the air hole and have a look, see what's on the other side.
Okay, so you're going to crawl up on the dam and you're going to try and sneak across?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's a skill for sneaking. I think it's just mouse nature.
Sure.
So you want to roll your nature. It's difficult. It's going to be 3.
Your size would be
Yeah, I'm good to use my shorts.
use fight to like shove into the hole.
I could use labor to make the hole bigger.
1, 2. Yeah, 2. And 3. So
Get stuck.
So you run across to try and sneak in, but you don't do so unnoticed. And one of the beavers is coming back with a log that they were going to be putting on, and they notice you running in to the vent, and they drop it and start chattering and slapping their tail in the water.
I guess I'd try hiding away from them, going away, losing them somewhere, like the small mouse I am. Will they catch my scent and not leave it?
Cover yourself in mud.
Well, they've seen you. If you just disappear, they're going to assume that you've disappeared into the dam.
Well, I'm literally going Yes?
Do we see that he's been spotted going into the dam?
Yeah, the beaver's making a lot of noise.
I'll take out my hammer and start swinging it against a rock and make louder noise.
To attract his attention.
Yeah, to like take the heat off of him.
Okay.
There's actually bashing the dam. Hey.
Well, that's not going to make a lot of noise, but if I make a lot of noise, they'll see me by the dam and they'll just assume I'm ruining the dam.
Also, they're not going to recognize one mouse from another, really. So, if
They're dumb animals.
if I took off my cloak and made it seem like I was running away from the dam, might they mistake it for, the mouse that was tying onto it leaving again?
Maybe. It depends on how good you do at hiding.
Okay.
So you want to roll nature for me?
Sure.
And then you're making a distraction.
Yeah,
So
so
you're running away, so that counts as help.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. So you pop down into the dam and you take off away from there and you smash your axe into the rock.
Hammer to
And
make
it's-
noise to draw attention to him.
Yeah. And it confuses the beaver enough that it focuses more on you. It swims over to the edge of the shore and gets out, watches you go off, and chatters at you. And then, smugly, self-satisfied, returns to the water after you leave.
Curse you for finding out my dastardly plan. And now I shall leave and never return. And he just ducks behind a rock.
There's a cricket next to you that's just...
Just flashes it a thumbs up.
Okay. And you pop inside the dam.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do?
Well, I looked at... So it's kind of the inside, I was looking at just one giant chamber or the different holes leading to different chambers. Because I wanted to figure out which hole to just toss the piss in. I'm the best
Okay.
target here.
I assume you're still being soft and sneaky.
Yep.
Yeah, so you come down through the hole and you look inside and you see the main chamber area. And you can see off to that there's another smaller chamber which looks like it's for holding young.
Okay. I guess that one doesn't have its own air hole, it just uses this one.
Yeah, uses the main one.
So it has to go in, go across, toss, and head back out, exploding ourselves. Okay.
I think just pouring it into the various air holes, like the main ones, would be enough because then air exchange would happen and kind of blow the scent in.
I suppose. But doesn't have young in it.
Yeah, basically. It might cause them to reject them.
Do I see any beavers taking care of their young right now?
No, there are young in there that are
Themselves.
worming around and staying warm and twisting about, but they haven't noticed you.
Okay.
There's no adult beaver inside here, though.
Okay. I guess that's good enough for me, so I get back and sneak my way around the group and yeah.
Steal one, so we'll have a war beaver.
Yeah, so it's one chamber and then there's a smaller one for the youngs, and there isn't a beaver in yet there at the moment, so if we act quickly, maybe we'll be able to sting it up without them noticing.
Alright.
Okay.
So yeah, just pour them into the holes, I believe.
I'll use my hammer to widen the holes up and stuff.
Okay.
So, do we just want to put it in, or do we want to move it in and just distribute it inside? How do we want to do this?
We wanted to get into hard to reach areas so they're not just, well, then again, they're dumb animals, so we don't need to overthink this, really.
Then
Well, you do need to think of how you're going to get it there without getting caught out again.
If we get Gearhart in the fight with a beaver, and meanwhile...
I'd rather not throw her to the metaphorical pointy-toothed wolves.
Yeah, I don't think fighting one beaver is going to yield the results we're hoping for.
Do you think they all sleep around the same time?
More mouse.
But I mean, if they'd be sleeping inside. I want them outside, right?
Do we? Because then we can operate on the outside and start... Sorry. and start pouring things in. I don't think we want them on the outside because they'll easily spot us that way, especially when we're carrying around, jars.
Well, they'll start smelling in their sleep, and they'll come out in force.
Well, they'll be confused.
Will they though? It's the scent of a bear. You'd think they'd hide, wouldn't they?
Well, they come out and see what's going on.
We just.
It might take them a little bit to figure things out.
Is there a tree above, or is this a clearing?
I mean, they've usually cut the trees around to make the dam, so...
Like, is there a tree above the dam at all?
Yeah, there's one tree nearby.
Or
They haven't. They don't clear cut. They're selective.
if we drop these jars from that far up, do you think they'll smash and shatter?
Well, then they'd just be on the outside. They need to be on the inside.
They might soak in, especially when we widen the holes.
We should just try to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we can try carrying as much as possible. And if they spot us, I guess one of you should distract them or whatever. And while we enact this plan, I suppose. Yes.
Well, they don't see us now, so we shouldn't go looking for the fight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, let's do it fast.
All right.
Are you doing it fast or are you doing it stealthy?
Stealthy is probably the better idea.
Okay.
Okay. Then anyone sneaking across needs to do an OB2 nature roll.
I'm rubbish at nature. Is there any way I can aid without?
Well, maybe
so
you should do it fast then, if you're not good at stealth.
Yeah. What would it speed be then?
Would be scout probably.
I have an extra die in that.
Yeah, health would be better.
Can I take impetuous as well as like a trait?
Since you're doing it fast, I would say yes.
Okay.
So I got 3 successes.
I got 4 successes.
I got 1, so I failed.
Okay. So you guys managed to get across, or well, you book it across and reach the hole, no problem. You guys are going, you're being super stealthy.
Yeah.
But as you're going, your foot slips and you fall down the dam a few feet, and you let out a small mousy yelp. And the beavers turn to notice you.
Okay, this isn't working.
Can you lead them for a chase?
Okay, so I guess I'll be the one doing the running around.
Yeah,
now.
you're small. You can get places they can't, so you can escape them easier.
Yeah, so I'll try to get as much attention to myself as possible. I'm just leaving the jars there, I guess, in the hall, so they can...
So you're hidden. So when he falls and trips, you stay hidden.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he can get out of this easy.
Yeah.
Yep, and
Plus
then we
you-
can do a chase between you and the beavers because they are definitely going to try and chase you away.
Okay.
Do a sheet.
Got a buzz?
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
So chase. Chase. Your starting disposition, you test your scout and add it to your nature.
Don't die, Peter.
So I'm at 6.
I'm a really terrible leader if like my 3rd trainee dies.
Keep losing trainees.
He really does. They just constantly die on him.
your disposition?
6.
Okay. Beavers have 5. And what is your goal?
To distract them, so they keep attention on me, I suppose.
Long enough for these guys to do their thing?
Yeah, that'll be a good goal.
Okay. I have my actions.
What's their goal?
Sorry. Their goal is to get rid of the mouse.
Okay. Get rid of the mouse. Test skill up to base. So what are we doing here from?
So is it just you versus them? Like, are we not
Yes.
involved?
It's just him for because you guys are doing your own.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Let's see. Okay, so for me it will be maneuver, attack, attack.
Okay. And the beavers are attack, attack, attack.
That's nice.
Oh.
So your first one was maneuver.
Yep.
So we do this versus.
Okay. Could I use for a maneuver here?
In a chase, for a maneuver, you use scout.
2 successes.
I got 4.
Ooh. So my disposition versus that means I lower them by 2, so they 2 damage to me.
That's right.
Uh-huh. So my disposition is 4 now. Okay, what's for attack?
Attack in a chase is scout as well.
Okay. 3 successes. 5.
5 successes.
So, okay, so I reduce them from 5 to 2 and they reduce me to 0. So, there's some compromise. Right?
Wait, how many successes did you get?
3.
So you remove.
No, attack
Oh, it's
individual.
independent. Yeah.
So,
So there's some compromise. So they just bull rush you
okay,
from where you are on.
sure. I am chased away, but I guess the compromise will be that they've set their attention on me, I suppose, to some extent.
Yeah, that
Or they've gone far enough from their nest.
he was focused enough on you that they're going to get to do their thing.
Yeah.
But they're going to get rid of you, and they're going to get rid of you by knocking you off the dam and into the river.
Okay, don't die. They get conditions or something, or just have to swim away and survive?
Well, you're in the river, so you're going to need to make a health check to try and get yourself out and be swept away.
Okay. I think I've leveled Scout. So I guess I'll tap my independent trait because I'm doing things on my own, surviving here, I guess.
Okay.
You are doing that.
You have to get 4.
4. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Can I spend the fate to add nature or was persona? Persona, I think.
Persona adds 1 die per point spent or tap nature.
You have a lot of nature.
Yeah. So I guess I'll tap my nature for 1 persona. 3, 4. Or do I have to do it before the roll?
We've been playing it where you do it after.
Okay. Yeah. Extra 5 successes. So I wasted.
So you get knocked into the river by the beaver tail, and you cough and sputter, go under a couple times, but eventually make your way to shore. You guys, in the meantime, are
pouring piss into those air holes.
Just
Yep.
pouring piss into the air holes. Okay, so you see Peter get knocked into the river. You see him go underneath, resurface, get onto the edge. Beaver's coming back. You guys have finished.
Nice.
Attaboy. Okay, we should
Cough, cough.
just leave the jars and run.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not like they're gonna see the evidence.
Forensics team.
Those mouse did it.
Let's do a
Right.
chalk line here so we can tell where the bottles were.
Okay, so you guys book it down. You get to Peter and manage to get back to Elmoss.
Perfect.
And yeah, you're pretty confident that you managed to get a decent amount of bear piss into that beaver dam.
Only time will tell.
Time will tell. And we are going to be here for at least another day while we figure out these murders.
So you head back to the inn. Back to
Probably back to the manor, the mayor manor.
The
Well,
people who asked us to deal with the beavers.
Yes, the richest family in town.
okay, Abram.
all smelling of bear piss and beavers and so on.
Shopping
We'll clean
wet.
ourselves off. I'm sure we'll clean up to be
Yeah.
presentable for the next guard before that.
So yes, I do believe we have come up with a solution for the bear issue or the beaver issue. No bears involved whatsoever. It may take a day or two to take effect, but the beaver should move on.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Can I ask how you accomplished this feat?
We tracked a bear. And we stole its pee. We spread it over the dam in their nest where they leave their young.
And this will work?
Oh yes, it should scare them right off.
You'd move out if you smelled bear in your house where your kids slept, right?
Yeah, I certainly would.
They did have a lot of young there, so chances are it should very much scare them off. And as we mentioned, we shall be around to help with this secondary issue of yours long enough to see through if the problem is taking care of itself. If not, we can always head on to the next town and pick up some scent markers to bring back. Those may be more effective in doing what we've tried to do here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all of your hard work. You can always count on the mouse guard.
You definitely can.
But yeah, if you could get a confession out of Lorelei, then we could put this matter to rest.
Where is she being held?
Oh, we've got a prison down in the roots.
How crimey is this city that they need?
I mean, there's always a
That they need
mouse.
a prison?
A prison for mice? Yeah. A mouse prison. Under the roots. Very well. Will they let us in if they see us, I suppose? Given we are...
Yeah,
mouse
once they
guards?
see the cloaks. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, let's go. Investigate this.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. If we wish to investigate the houses of those who have gone missing, is there someone who can provide us with... Do mice have keys? Do they have little mouse
They
locks?
have little mouse keys. Yeah,
I
little mouse
mean,
locks. There's a little mouse
I guess
locksmiths.
Lock haven, therefore there are locks, therefore maybe.
Are there
That's
landlords?
just a linguistic fluke.
You know, a lock is a type of water raising system, right?
Yeah. After that.
So you just trap the water and raise the lower boats.
So
Also
yes.
a lock like a Loch Ness.
Different
Yes,
Many things. are made of
Cole,
locks.
one of the magistrates, he'd be able to let you into anywhere.
Capital. Perfect.
Wasn't it?
Coal.
No, I didn't mean Loch Ness was real. I meant that locks are a type of thing that exists.
Yes, but it's spelled differently.
It's spelled close enough. L-O-C something.
And don't forget that might be enough.
Okay. So I think we're likely to talk to the criminal first.
Okay.
She's like a crime boss. Was that the thing? Like she's
Yeah.
established to be like
User.
a
Usury.
mice crimes. I keep forgetting how like the society actually works as like a medieval society where they have like real estate and houses
Right.
and mouse crimes.
Do we want to do the shakedown this episode?
Okay.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'm just asking. Like I don't.
We can always end here if you
We
want.
can. I don't know.
Like,
It's
do you
up-
have
it's
stuff
up-
plotted
it's
out
up
for
to
it,
it's
or
up to
would you
guys.
prefer to?
I wouldn't mind planning it more.
Okay.
Can I pause? We're back.
All right. So we are doing our end of game.
Yeah.
Player
Player
turns.
turns.
We're gonna
basically.
leave the investigation for next session, just because we're wrapping up for the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you want Gearhart to be laboring to earn some money. I want to be trying to get in with the underside of the city, trying to suss things out in regards to the investigation. And Rainer wants to.
He had the
Make
big
some
inspiration when we watched the bear eating berries to be like, oh, I'm gonna try a berry recipe. I'm gonna bake something, and then all it reminded him of is the scent of the bear and all that. So he was just like, oh.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
You have to go first.
Oh.
Because we've got to alternate.
Okay.
You have to.
I failed my manipulator roll. Classified information.
I failed my recipe roll because I made it impossibly high. So
Can I just choose to fail my labor roll?
Yeah, because you just set the difficulty. too
I
high.
choose to fail the labor roll because I need a failure.
And you level up.
It's just not suited for the labor here. It's too it's a little more delicate than smashing rocks.
hmm.
And I failed again on my manipulator.
So I mark down the failure, and then labor goes from 2 to 3, and in the pass and the fails white clean.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. That's neat.
Hmm.
The burning wheel system is very interesting. Very.
So you all fail.
There's a lot of synergy going on to it.
And in the player's turn, when you fail, we just do straight failures. We don't do twists. Because
Yeah.
it gets
Oh my god.
Because it's just us training and
Yeah,
non-lethal.
Yeah.
You're fucking killing me.
Okay, so I think that was that.
Yeah.
So we do end of session rewards.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Goals.
So, Gearhart's goal was to get the team out safely. And did we do that?
Yeah, nobody was hurt.
Yeah, you fell in the river, but you were fine after. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all pretty good.
So you earn a persona point.
Nice.
My goal was to not get noticed by the bear, which also succeeded.
yeah, and my goal was to get rid of the beavers without bloodshed. So
Persona all around.
Look at that.
And for playing your instincts,
I use my size to my advantage to get into places.
I always follow orders, and I followed the plan. I didn't even break when things started to go sour.
never leave anyone behind. No one was left behind. I don't know if it was particularly
I
tested.
didn't get
but-
swept in the river, but that's fine.
We didn't leave you behind. Especially when
yeah.
the snake came, we waited for you.
No, I mean, you also help when the beavers noticed me the first time.
Hmm.
Then
Yeah,
you came
yeah,
in,
we
so
consistently covered for you and stuff.
That's fate.
that's a fate point.
Man, I'm just banking these. I got like 5 persona
Yeah,
points.
fate's kind of hard to spend a little bit. Like,
Oh no, I have really low fate. I keep blowing it, but persona keeps building.
Yeah, I keep using both of mine.
around. Because I've got high nature, so I can just spend persona.
I also have high nature.
And then you guys decide the MVP,
It's weird, right?
the workhorse, and the embodiment.
I think Peter did MVP.
Hmm.
Because he was doing a lot of the danger stuff. He put his character in the most amount of danger.
Mm-hmm.
He went and checked out the snake, the beaver twice, the river.
Yeah, run around a lot.
He took point this episode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That sounds more like workhorse. If
I mean,
he's
he put
consistently
himself-
doing everything.
Yeah, but he was in the spotlight.
Okay.
He was the guy that was he was the spear for he was point man for every single project. It wasn't that he was always enabling them. He was the guy doing the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I mean.
So that is a persona point.
Yeah. Workhorse.
Um,
It's going to because I can't get that.
you were doing the most amount of planning.
No, yeah, true enough.
Like, you were the guy that was constantly throwing the plans out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, even the work I did, I didn't do that much. Like, I think
Oh.
I made noise for beavers, like, once.
Like you were the one to point out where the bears are and so on.
We didn't have much combat this
I'm not
manual
even that
labor,
worried.
so
Like, what's the reward for the workhorse?
Persona.
Yeah, I'm fine. I got 5 of them, guys. I'm good. I can take a knee this time.
And MVP.
Nope, you did
No,
it.
the other one's
It's
there.
embodiment.
Embodiment.
It's
Role playing.
embodiment?
If anyone did a particularly good job role playing.
I was pretty quiet this episode. I'm good on that. I'm good on taking the pass. You two were pretty in character. You acted a fop, and you acted like a little tiny dude.
yeah.
And you're also a leader. Like, fop is a bit derogatory, but your character was the
He's
leader.
very much a fop. He sat there and watched you guys scoop bear pee into
You did the whole
jars.
thing with the fucking, beavers. I'm the tiny mouse. I just look larger because I'm far away.
Perspective.
You each get a persona for that.
Okay.
Again, not hurting for those. It's all good, guys.
Great.
What do you spend Persona for?
Add your nature to your roll.
Holy fuck, how do I have so many?
But
Yeah.
you have to tap it to do it.
Unless you're acting
Still,
with your
I got like
nature.
5.
Yeah.
I'm just storing them up for the eventual combat.
It's dangerous for me to use Persona because I'm already very low nature-wise. So if I go
I'm
too
gonna-
low, my mouse just retires. It's like, I'm too human.
Well, then act within your nature.
My personal goal next session is to spend all 5 of them adding my nature to fight rules to beat people up.
But then you tax all of your nature.
And the issue with him is that he doesn't act like a mouse. That's kind of his whole thing. He doesn't act super cowardly or anything. He's foolish and acts like he's this.
I'll just beat up the
Dashing
person
rogue.
in the jail, I'll beat up the guards, I'll beat up the person who gave us the quest. It's like, you did it! It was you!
Gwendolyn.
Someone will confess eventually.
Like, I'll pick them up and I'll, like, throw them from the top of the tree through a bunch of tables like Mankind in Hell in the Cell.
Just picture we're just there. It's like, okay, I'll
This
play the
is my
good cop. And just the moment he says that, you're already in the cell, like beating her against the
The
wall.
fucking wooden cage comes down. It's 1996 and it's WWE.
Hell in the cell.
It's Chronicle of Riddick, and this is my cup.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, but yes. That
So-
was very good.
We're up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that was our session. I was Tyler.
Kevin?
Peter.
And Devin. And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.